Hello everyone. This video, I'm going to cover the basic subcontracting routes. The workflow is that we are going to do a purchase order for a finished good from a subcontractor. But in order to complete the process, we are going to send the components to the subcontractors with the supply button. So when we manually create a purchase order, selecting the vendor and the finished product that we wanted to subcontract from the subcontractor, Odoo would create a resupply button, which is a delivery of the components that needed to send to the subcontractors. So of course you have to finish these stock move, and then once the vendor confirmed that they receive it, and then they finish the manufacture process, and then you will also would have an receive button where you're going to receive the finished good. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to cover in version 17.0. I'm going to create a purchase order of a selected vendor, selected the product that you want, set up the quantity that you want, and then the price that you agree upon. Now, as you confirm the purchase order, you should see the resupply button and receipt button. The resupply button is pulling from a bill of materials that you set up, whichever the components that you need. Those are the components that you send out to the subcontractor. And then also show the source PO. Then once you complete this process where you validated that the components leave your warehouse, you will be pending for the receipt until your subcontractor finished the finished good. Now, so that's the process, but how do we set up on the configuration part? The route is already by default, so let's take a look at the finished good setting. So finished good in here, I just call it FG. In the finished good, you will see that I'll go to inventory, and there's a route that I set for manufacturer and dropship subcontractor on orders. Both of them have to be checked. Then you will see a bill of materials where this bill of material shows finished good and what are the components is needed, A, B, and C. And then the BOM type is going to be subcontracting, and you define the subcontractor. So of course, once you define a subcontractor of this bill of materials, it should be the same subcontractor as your vendor when you create a purchase order. Otherwise, Odoo will get confused. Now you will say, okay, the components A, B, and C, why does my purchase order only shows components A and B? So let's take a look what happened to components A with the product settings. Within components A, the product setting is buy and resupply subcontractor on orders. So, and then you can also see a BOM used in, okay? But because it's a resupply subcontractor, so we know that this is a component that we need to send to the subcontractor. Same as product components B, which I call it comp B as well, okay? So this one, same settings, buy and resupply subcontractor. So resupply subcontractor and dropship subcontractor, both of them are default Odoo. Now, what happened to component C? In component C, I only set up the buy route, but not the resupply subcontractor route. That's why in the resupply button, you do not see these components to deliver. So if that's part of what you need, you can set up this way. But honestly, if that's the case that you don't want it to send it out, you shouldn't even bother to include component C in your bill of materials, because this bill of material, it's not specifically what you need, is what are the components that you need to send out. Otherwise, there's no records for Odoo to pull. Okay, so I hope this video makes sense. Thank you.